Hey, welcome back to the channel. We're Three Strands Homestead here. Uh, Today we're going to talk a little bit about our egg production and how it's really kind of gone downhill. And we're going to tell you why we believe that has happened. Forget the sun, sorry. But why we believe that's happened, and just to kind of warn some people about what's going on, or what we believe is going on. So anyway, before we get into all that, we have some good friends that will be posting on the channel soon, Lord willing, and we hope y'all invite all them, the Williams family. I think they're going to start coming out with some content, so that'll be really good. Anyway, let me flip the camera around here. So, yeah, in our last video, we let's see, that our last video was of the snow, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
How the snow, don't buy cheap netting. I do better. I know better, but I was eating cheese.
Yeah.
We're paying for it now.
Yeah, so hey, flip this back around real quick. So, like she said, we're learning. We don't have all this stuff figured out, and
Which
we
use better netting.
yeah, right, yeah. And like I'd mentioned, I love the snow, but this is a mess. It is. I mean, water is just everywhere. But anyway,
I'll have to get this later.
yeah.
This is ready to come out though.
Okay.
Right here.
All right. So I'm going to flip this camera around. Megan's going to talk to you a little bit of this whole egg production thing, and just what's going on with the feed, and I hope y'all can hear us good. It's windy. It's windy out here. I've always been told not to really do videos when it's windy. So if this video doesn't work out, then we'll do another video. But anyway, the mic
Kind
shears.
of hard not in Arkansas.
Oh yeah, it's hard.
Well, when you hear of things, or you see people having certain issues on their homestead, I didn't think it would happen to us, because our chickens have always laid well, other than we do give them a break in the winter because God designed it that way for their bodies to naturally take a break, so we
That's right.
be allowed to do that. But here recently I had changed their feed because the feed store that we typically buy from down the road, it's just a little mom and pop feed store. It was Sunday and they were closed, so we went to Orscheln's, which is now owned by Tractor Supply. And I know a lot of you have heard the insanity that has came from Tractor Supply. A lot of things that we do not agree with. And so when I started hearing all this that happened, like I said, we never thought it would happen here, but it did. We actually switched to Orscheln brand of scratch grains. And they stopped laying, and we have new layers. And I've never had new layers. Of course, they're inconsistent in the beginning. They're new layers, their bodies and their reproductive systems are getting, acclimated to laying eggs.
Yeah.
But I've never had in the 4 years, and we've had many flocks that just started laying good and then stopped right after they started laying, a couple weeks after. And so I got to looking into this feed thing, digging a little deep, and hens, that are laying eggs need about 16% protein for them to really lay consistently and well when it's time for them to lay. The scratch grains that we had were 6%. That's like almost 3 times, less than what they need.
Yeah.
And which we typically do scratch grains, and we'll mix it with like a pellet, but we just had the scratch grains. So I switched it to goat feed. I have a lot of goat feed put up that we didn't feed our buck, and what do you know? We got about 9 eggs today. We were getting 2
Overnight.
So, overnight, literally. We started feeding them goat feed yesterday, and we were getting 2 eggs a day. Even our oldest layers, who have been very consistent here for the past month or so, they stopped laying. And so I was like, you know what? I'm gonna try this out. The protein in the is 16%, and I'm just gonna try this out and see. And sure enough, we got 9 eggs today, and we still have chickens in the coop laying. So there's definitely something to this, y'all. Do not, if I can stress enough, buy stuff from Tractor Supply, because it's happening. It's really happening. And you're going to be wasting your money. Your chickens aren't going to lay. You're going to be feeding them who knows what. You know.
Let me, real quick, y'all. We know what we know just what we've experienced, and
Yeah,
don't.
this is our personal experience
Yeah.
on our homestead.
So-
We can't speak for everyone.
Yeah, we can't speak for everyone. We don't know the absolute ins and outs of every bit of all. Of what. We're just going by our experience. We know of other people experience the same thing. Their production of and their hens have just went down tremendously. I know Doug and Stacy. What's the name of their channel?
Off Grid with Doug and Stacy.
Off Grid with Doug and Stacy.
Reputable homesteaders on YouTube.
Yes, they have a rather large channel, and you can go check them out. He does a really good job on. He does a lot of research on those things, so he's reputable.
Relaying the facts.
Right. And so we didn't just gather this information from other people. We've experienced it ourselves, and we don't know all the ins and outs. I would encourage whoever watches this video to do your own research, and if you're getting into if you're getting into chickens, just do your research. Do your research on feed, and because it's not it is simple. Don't get me wrong, it's simple, but at the same time, it's some of this feed is just garbage, and
they're supposedly lowering the protein. And they need a lot of protein to lay. They need calcium and all that kind of stuff. And if they're lowering that purposefully, they're not going to lay right.
Right.
They're not. They just weren't. Their bodies need what they need, and if they're not getting that amount, then it's going to affect your egg production. And it could even affect the hen's health in general, because who knows what they're putting in there.
Oh yeah.
Look at Alice. She's taking a sun bath.
Oh yeah, look at her.
We have a chicken that don't like the snow.
I'm
so
in the way. How am I gonna do it? You can't see her. Maybe you can see her a little bit. She's back there.
Right in the coop door opening. Yeah, she don't like the snow, so she just kind of does her thing right there.
So we just wanted to touch a little bit on that. Once again, we don't know all the ins and outs, and so therefore we want to keep some of this to a minimum. The biggest thing is encourage y'all to do your own research, please. But there's certainly something going on with what they're doing to the feed, and I believe it's on purpose. I'm not going to go into a bunch of
I do, though, believe that you vote with your dollar.
Sure.
And I don't agree. And if I seemed a little, don't buy feed from there, I stand behind that, because I don't want you guys throwing your money away.
Yeah.
I really don't. I don't want Producer's Pride and Do More, the two that I've seen. And Producer's Pride, I believe, is Tractor Supply's generic brand of their feeds. I just don't want you guys throwing your money away. I care about the health of your animals as you do. And if we're feeding them stuff that's the whole reason we do this, is to give our animals a good life and feed them, better. And if we're buying stuff that's causing them to be ill, I don't want to bring that on my homestead, and I know you don't neither. So I would just highly recommend, I'll say that you not buy food for your animals from Tractor Supply, because it's a waste of money.
And I highly recommend so I agree with what my wife says, and at the same time, I just highly recommend and encourage you to once again just kind of
Don't take our word
that's
for
right.
it.
Look into it for yourself, and you know, if you're led to, but and really just yeah, just be wise. Just be wise. So so that's that. That's really
Well, and one more thing too, it just becomes kind of scary when they're starting to control what happens on your homestead. And these are the subtle little ways that they control what happens on the homestead.
yeah,
You know, is us not getting eggs. Eggs are important, you know, on the homestead.
it's good.
And so if they can come in and can start control, like what's next, the goat feed, and then the milk production goes down. I mean,
And she's right. She's right. I mean, what better way than to stop your production on your farm, on your little farm, whatever you have, because then you are held, or you're left with no choice but to go to the market and
it's all part of the very broken system.
it's a broken system. It's all about control and all that stuff, and that's all. You know, I don't want to get into all that. So the main purpose of this video was just to give a shout out to the Williams, who we love dearly, and they have really been the one. I'll just say the Lord's really used them to help us get started in all this stuff many years ago. And yeah, once again, I just hope y'all welcome them, and I know that they're going to be putting out some awesome content on this channel. And I know I'm back to saying again, huh? Gosh.
You'll
Wow.
get past it.
Yeah.
You'll learn.
So, hey, we love you guys. Thank you for being a part of the channel, and if you have not subscribed or hit the like button or the notification bell, whatever, please do. We would love for y'all to get every video that we put out there, and once again, we're just kind of getting started in all this, and we hope to be putting some content out there that really matters, and
to share what we do know, because you know there are some things that we have learned, but at the same time learn with you, because we don't know everything. I feel like I learned.
Yeah.
It's a homesteading is a classroom. I mean, you learn something new, it seems, every day.
Yeah.
And we learned a lot last year, and we're just grateful for the experience to share with y'all. And yeah,
That's right. And please, if you have any questions of anything, not that we have all the answers, but we will get back to you. And if you recommend something, please share. Please don't be rude about anything. We ask that you don't be rude, but please share. We value we value wisdom and all that good stuff. So please share if you have any tips about anything. But all right, well, we hope to catch you on another video. Take care.